the still small voice kind of thing in your head that, most of our self-talk, they say, is very negative anyway, inside our heads. When we go through our life, we're kind of stressed out and thinking negative thoughts many times. But every once in a while, that nudging will come to you. And I'm learning now to heed that more often, I think, in my life.
Yes, that's great. That's what they want. They really do, yeah.
I would think so. Matter of fact, it sounds to me that you were prompted potentially by your guardian angels to actually get this down on paper and write a book. Do you think you've had some guidance there as well?
I think so. I really don't know. I know that I was, after this all happened in my life, before I wrote the book, I was knocked on my butt from it. I was blown away. So it gave me time to write the book out, and I guess in that way, yes. Mm-hmm. And my mother said something unusual to me years ago. She said, "When you were born with a smile on my face." And I'm thinking all these years it just must have been gas, Why was I so happy to come here? I don't know. I probably, so I think I knew something before I came here, what was going to happen, maybe to talk about God,
Yeah.
I'm doing my calling.
Yeah. What kind of reactions have you gotten to your fans and readers of the book? Because I always think that's fascinating for an author to get other people's opinions of their own private thoughts, obviously, that you put down on paper and kind of like almost give birth to as you do a new book. Well, what kind of reactions have you gotten?
They're all positive. Some have cried and, brought them to tears, and they thought, how can I really sustain living out in a certain area? And, because some of my friends that I know now that didn't know me before, they think, that's not you. I don't see you doing these things. And I said, yeah, I've done them. I was in love and I've done them. So, but they're very positive about the book, and they're happy they read it and they love it, and it's just been all positive. So I'm really thrilled about that.
Oh, that's wonderful. What do you think? What would you hope that a reader would come away with when they picked up your book and had the time to read it? What do you suppose your goal is for them to read this book?
To know for a fact that God and guardian angels do exist, and that you are never alone. The other guy, Peter, was saying that we're never alone in this universe. Well, you got your aliens, but you also have your guardian angels and God. And
very good.
And that you're loved and you're cared about. And again, your energy is so unique; it's like nobody else's. So that's how unique and special that we each are. And because of that, also, you cannot combine two souls. No matter how much you love somebody, you cannot combine your soul with another's.
Yeah.
Because you will always be you. And your soul, or your energy, I also call your awareness, and that never dies. You just continue on. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah. And won't it be interesting to see if there's any interaction between souls as they pass through this world and meet each other again?
Oh, definitely. I know for a fact that there isn't just death, that there is life after death. So people need to be aware of that. That's another reason why I wrote this book.
Oh.
And that love never dies, yeah.
Isn't that fascinating? Well, let me...
When you make that... excuse me, and also for animals, too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have seen the spirit of my cat, when my cat passed, and my dog was like in and out of life, and I felt his spirit come to me while he was out of life before he went back into life again. So, yeah, animals.
Very interesting.
Animals do not quote die unquote either.
Well, and I have a really wonderful friend of mine who is telling me just the other day that she believes she has the spirit of her deceased kitty cat. Very wonderful family member, that cat was, coming back to visit her in her sleep, she believes, because it almost as if there's it just feels like the cat is laying on her feet, like he normally did. So that's kind of a wonderful idea that even animal spirits linger and potentially still love us as well.
Oh, yes. I believe, again, because we are energy, we're connecting that way. It's like the same wavelength, so to speak. So if you love somebody, they'll always be with you. You're always connected. Yeah.
Well, and this is kind of an interesting, you have a perspective that you could probably share to people like yourself that might have been married more than once, had loved ones, multiple loved ones during their lifetime. Do we all continue to still have relationships upon death or passing over with all of our loved ones? Or is it just kind of pretty much a main person that we're kind of going through this experience with?
Oh, no, I believe with everybody that you've loved. Yes.
Wow.
That continues on. Yes. Everybody, your parents and your siblings and anybody that you love now. Yeah.
That's fascinating because we all think of, soul groups and families and larger groups of people that we seem to... Matter of fact, I don't know if you've had this experience, but I typically sometimes will run across someone who becomes a good friend, probably not maybe a lifelong friend. Maybe I only get to be with them for a year or two or get to know them for a period of time and then we move apart or whatever. But it almost seems like when you think about it, that person has more of a meaning to you than just a casual friendship that you developed.
Yes, the way I look at people is just not, oh, there's Sue, okay, hi, how are you doing? Great, have a nice day. It's like I'm connecting with her soul. I am gifted. I am blessed. Sue's there, so I take Sue into my essence, so to speak. Yeah, that's how I treat people. Yeah. And
I'll bet you have some wonderful relationships because of that, rather than just the surface relationships that many people have, as they go through life.
Yes, I do. I make that stronger connection. Excuse me. I believe time is too short here. There's too much to do, too much to know, and things you've got to get done for your own soul's well-being. And I don't waste time on people who are superficial. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to them, say hi, whatever. Have a nice day. That's fine. But I don't spend much time with them because it doesn't help either one of us, actually.
Oh, it's interesting you say that because you're right. I mean, there are certain people that seem to have that personality where they just kind of suck the energy right out of you. They are very needy people, very needy souls potentially, and you wonder, gosh, do I need to spend my time with that kind of a person or not?
Yeah. I mean, you may want to learn from them in your soul's experience, but right, exactly. But day to day, no. Why?
Yeah, and of course, people. Being a lawyer, I have been for over 30 years. I see so many relationships that don't make it. Matter of fact, the statistics show us that well over 50% of all relationships don't make it. And you just you wonder how these people were attracted to one another initially, you know? And then what brought them to the point where they just can't stand each other at one point and have to, you know, start new lives together. And maybe that's exactly what we're doing, is we are learning from each soul that we have a relationship with, something that we need to learn.
Yes, I believe that's very true. I do. And I also believe when it's over, it's over. Don't linger on. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Kiss and say goodbye and be done and move on. Yeah.
Well, you're right, because some people have a tendency to be codependently, involved with people that they really aren't very productive with, that kind of a thing.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree there. It's just a waste of time. You're not only just wasting time, but you're preventing yourself from being with the right person, because they're still out there waiting for you.
Now, that is a very, very positive thing to think about, because many of us have gone through relationships, been disappointed. We've disappointed others many times, I'm sure. And it's kind of nice to have that perspective that, you know, there still is someone out there probably that is waiting for you to continue a relationship or start a relationship with. What is your opinion about how we should prepare ourselves for potentially meeting those kinds of people in the future?
Yeah, to be open to the other person's personality and their mannerisms, just every which possible way, safely.
Yeah.
You know, give the person a chance. I almost didn't go on my first date with my third husband to be. He was totally not my style. He was much taller than I am. He was heavier than I am. He drove a truck. I drove a car. He was a heavy equipment operator. I am a desk clerk. You know, he's blue collar. I'm white collar. He's rural. He's country. I'm urban, and he's rural. I'm urban, and you know, just opposites. And he was the one. He was my guy.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that fascinating? When you, but maybe it was your time to open up yourself to experience other relationships that you might not have ever even thought of doing in the past, it sounds like. I
have actually dated 399 men. He was number 400.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
A nice
Yes.
round number. So there you go.
Yes. Number 400. So it was a lot of hello, goodbye, hello. You're not him. Oh well, let me try you. Let's see where this goes. And I would give a guy maybe the third date, and if I didn't feel right with him, next. Yeah.
My goodness.
And most did not make it to the third date.
That is a lot of dates. If you're going to add that up times 3, that's a lot of dates. You must have been a very busy woman. And then what happened when you knew that this last one was the one for you? Is it some kind of a feeling that you got, or was it a recognition of some kind that you saw?
It was it was a total feeling of acceptance, and just love struck me. It was like there were cupids around us hitting us with arrows, or at least me. I felt just hit with arrows constantly. It was love. It just hit me with love. Yeah.
Do you think it hit him at the same time, or did it take him a while to come around?
It took him a while to come around. He was having some health issues, so he was very moody.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but I gave him a lot of patience.